Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We are live, and today we're going to go through how to pronounce various British train stations, London tube stations. We're going to start off with the London tube stations, and I want to make this lesson more dynamic. I kind of want to compare the accents, so thinking about how to actually pronounce it, how Londoners or British people actually pronounce these tube stations or train stations. Also, if you don't know the difference between the train and the tube is what runs underground, the train is what runs overground. There are nuances, but that's the brief, quick generalization. My hands are absolutely freezing. I've just cycled through wintry conditions. But we are here for the live lesson. Let's just make sure the audio and everything is working okay. Yeah, brilliant. All right. So let's share the screen. So Conquer British English, and then we have I downloaded the tube map. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the London tube map before, but I've actually downloaded it as a PDF so that we can sort of zoom in and analyze it today. There we are. Let's zoom out for a second. So let's see if you guys can actually see that. Yeah, okay. So we have the tube map here. There we are. Okay, so that's the tube map. And as you can see, it's sort of divided into lots of different zones. So over here, we have zone 9. And can you see how here it says zone 8, zone 7, all the way into zone 1, which is here. So all of the central London part is zone 1. So what we can do is we can sort of zoom in and take a look at the various stations. So I think we should take a look at the central London ones first, and then we can take a look at some interesting ones on the outside. And I'm getting kind of nervous now because I did research. I did research before the lesson, but there's over 100 tube stations, and even there's some that I don't know how to pronounce. So we'll see how this lesson goes. And I think what I want to highlight is that's the interesting thing, because London is so huge. There will be there will be a large variety of stations that I haven't seen before, and that's just how London is. You kind of stick to your part of London. I'm from South London, and so I know all the South London stations very well, but the North London ones, no idea. We kind of treat them as different countries. And that's just not me, that's pretty much every Londoner. So just wanted to kind of make that point there as well. Okay, so let's go to the central London one. Let's zoom in. Okay, so it was working a second ago, but for some reason it's not allowing me to scroll, and I have no idea why it's not allowing me to scroll. Okay, it's allowing me to scroll now. Interesting. Do you know what it is? I think the streaming system that I'm using is making my laptop lag, so I think that's why it wasn't sort of moving earlier. All right. Okay, now it's not moving again. Okay, we're gonna try and work with the system that we've got here. Okay, now it's moving. Okay, I think there's just a little bit of a lag. Anyway, okay, let's start off with these famous central London ones. So, can you see here, we've got Oxford Circus. So Oxford Circus is not in Oxford, it's in central London, and it's running on the Bakerloo line, which is the brown line. And yeah, this one's pronounced Oxford Circus. But this one here is a very common mistake that tourists always make. I'm sure you've heard it before, but it's not Tottenham. A lot of people, especially in America, pronounce this Tottenham. And I think it's just because their cities, when it ends in ham, they actually pronounce the ham. But it's not Tottenham, it's Tottenham. Tottenham. So Tottenham, Tottenham, So it's like an sound at the end there. So Tottenham, Tottenham. In the Indian accent, this would be pronounced Tottenham, Tottenham, but you don't really want to pronounce that T heavily there. So it's not Tottenham, it's Tottenham. Tottenham Court Road. Road. Tottenham Court Road. So you want to pronounce the OA sound. You know this vowel here, OA. It's not road, and I'm not rolling the R for the R sound for the R. It's just a flatter sound, and it's road. Road. Levine says, hey Levine. Levine says, over 100 stations, much more than the Toronto metro system. Yeah, it's very, very, very true. And I mean, the Toronto system is pretty big. It was a lot to navigate. I remember taking it from the airport once. I remember taking the what was it? The GO train, I think. It's pretty extensive, but yeah, you're right. London is a beast of its own. Also you should check out the Paris metro. That's also another beast. So yes, this is Tottenham Court Road, and then right next to it. So when we read this map, what's interesting is this station here is actually linked to this disabled access station here. So I know it's quite confusing because look at this little interval on the line. This little dash here is not on the right, it's on the left. So you can see this station here is Goode Street, but actually the one below is Tottenham Court Road. They actually redesigned this station, which is why the tube map had to get a little bit more confusing as they brought in the Elizabeth line. You can see here, this line here was a brand new line brought into London this year, which is why this little bit here looks a bit confusing. But this one is Goode Street. It's quite a funny name, Goode Street. Goode, so a J sound at the end, and then Goode Street. Okay, let's move down to this one here. This is not Holborn. It's not Holborn. It's Holborn. So it starts off with ho. Ho. I'm laughing because some of you might be misinterpreting my words right now. Ho. Bun. So it's like a bun, like a quick bun. Holborn. Holborn Station. It's not Holborn. So I think the Americans will pronounce this born, like R, like the born. So Holborn. It's not Holborn. It's Holborn. 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 Okay, let's kind of move down. I love this station here. It's a beautiful part of London. This is Covent Garden. Covent Garden. Guys, when you're watching this back, if you're not watching this live, when you're watching this back at another time, feel free to pause the video, try out these pronunciations as we go along. This one is Chancery Lane. Chancery Lane. Sorry, I realised my screen was covering Covent Garden there. So Covent Garden, Chancery Lane. This one is the classic mistake that people make all the time. It's not Leicester or Leicester. It's Leicester. Leicester. So you can think of it as less, stir, Leicester, Leicester Square. Leicester Square. All right, let's move on to this one. This is one of my favourite areas of London. This is Piccadilly Circus. Piccadilly Circus. Piccadilly. Piccadilly Circus. Green Park. Lancaster. Lancaster Gate. Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge. This one is similar to the one that we did earlier, which was this one. Look at the ending. Look at the ending of these ones. So do you see how this one ends in C-E-S-T-E-R? And this was Leicester. So look at this one. C-E-S-T-E-R, same ending. So this one's Gloucester. Gloucester Road. Gloucester Road. Gloucester Road. But yeah, a bit confusing, that one. Gloucester Road. So you can pause the video and try to pronounce that. Guys, the best way to practice these is actually to physically say it out loud. There's no point. Oh, there's something that I tend to do is I pretend that I'm saying it out loud, but I just say it in my head. But actually, that's not saying it out loud. So you need to actually say it out loud instead of pretending to say it in your head. See how it sounds, and then practice. Let's move along the yellow and the green. So the yellow one is the circle line, and then the green one is the district line. This one's South Kensington. South Kensington. Now in the Indian accent, this would be south. So it would be like a quick OU sound, like a south. And then the TH will be stronger, South Kensington. With the TH, you want to practice the TH sound there. So it's the south. And you want to really pronounce the ow. So south. Ow. South Kensington. South Kensington. Sloane Square. Victoria. Victoria is a huge station. It's one of the main stations in London. I connect to Victoria all the time. It's one of the main connecting stations. And you can see this red symbol here is the railway symbol, which is different from the tube symbol. So that's the National Rail. So as I was explaining at the start of the video, you have the tube lines and the train lines. So the red symbol here indicates that the trains also run to this station too. Next to it, we have the coach. So Victoria has a big coach station, and then you can take the coach, which is like a big bus, to other cities in the UK. St James's Park. St James's Park. Westminster. Westminster. This one's interesting because a lot of people mispronounce this as Westminster. Minister. It's not minister, it's Minster. Westminster. Westminster. Embankment. Embankment. Temple. Temple. Blackfriars. So this one's Friars. Friars, so Blackfriars. Let's move up. So we've got Mansion House. Cannon Street. Cannon Street. Let's try and find some hard ones. Oh, this one's Shoreditch High Street. Shoreditch. Aldgate. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who spell Aldgate. No, it's Aldgate. Ooh, so all sound. So Aldgate. 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 And this one's Aldgate East. This one's not whapping, it's whopping. Whopping. Oh, this one's an interesting one. Rotherhithe. Rotherhithe. Bermondsey. Bermondsey. Now, whenever you have this, it's called a key. So keys. So Surrey Keys. This is not Quays, it's Surrey Keys. Surrey Keys. Let's move down the overground. Nunhead, New Cross Gate, Brockley, Honour Oak Park. This is not Honour Oak, it's not Oak, it's Honour Oak, O sound, so the O, Honour Oak Park. In the Indian accent, this would be Honour Oak Park, Oak. So do you see how the Oak and the Oak sound different? Oak, Oak. So Honour Oak Park. Honour Oak Park. Forest Hill. Okay, we've got another ham. So at the start of the video, we went through how ham is not pronounced ham. It's like a quick sound. Sydenham. 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 So I want to say that quickly, it's Sydenham. But if you're struggling to say Sydenham, you can break this down to two sections, so or even three. Sid. So practice that. So say Sid. And then merge the first two. So Sidden. Sidden. Sydenham. 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 Penge West. Annerley. Norwood Junction. And then West Croydon. This one's pronounced Central. Or Central. Central. Oh, this one's hard. It's not Wellesley. It's Wellesley. 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 Wellesley Road. Now we're properly in South London now. This is my territory. Let's just sort of zoom out so I can kind of give you an idea as to where we are at the moment. So we're all the way down here, as you can see. Let's go back up into central London a bit. Let's do these overground ones. These can be quite interesting. Haggerston. Haggerston. Hoxton. And then we have this one up here, which is not Dalston. It's Dalston. Dalston Junction. I'm going to try and find some hard ones for you guys. Oh, yeah. So this one's got a ham in it as well. So look at this. So if it's got a ham in it, do you remember how we said we pronounce it as So Waltham. Walthamstow. Walthamstow, Queen's Road. Walthamstow, Queen's Road. And then we have another ham. So it's not Tottenham, it's Tottenham. Tottenham Hale. Walthamstow Central. Hyams Park. Let's go all the way down here, because this one's an interesting one. So can you see this one's, I think this one's one of the hardest ones to pronounce in London. So there's an interesting history with Marylebone. So back in the day, this actually used to be pronounced Marylebone, 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 Marylebone. Let me break that down for you. So Marylebone, not bone, bun, Marylebone, Marylebone. And I actually pronounce it the old-fashioned way. If you look at some of the 1940s like podcasts, and you will hear radio presenters pronounce this as Marylebone, Marylebone. But actually, what's happened recently is that Londoners have started to pronounce this as Marleybone, Marleybone, and even the tube announcement says Marleybone. But I'm old-fashioned and I pronounce it the old-fashioned way. So I say Marylebone, Marylebone. But actually, you will hear a lot of Londoners, like most Londoners would say Marleybone. I don't like Marleybone, so I pronounce this one as Marylebone, Marylebone. This one's interesting. This one's not Warwick. This one isn't Warwick. This one is Warwick, 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 Warwick Avenue, Warwick. So it's like a Rick sound. You can get rid of the W, so Rick, Warwick, Warwick Avenue. Maida Vale, Maida Vale. This one's Kensal Rise, Kensal Rise. And then this one's not Harlesden. This one's Harlesden, Harlesden. And this one's Willesden, not Willesden. This one's Willesden, Willesden. You can feel free to let me know in the comment section if there's any train stations that you want me to pronounce. But we're just kind of moving our way up the line. And then we have Northwick, Northwick Park, Kenton, and then Harrow and Wealdstone, Wealdstone. So in the Indian accent, this would be pronounced Stone, Wealdstone. This one's not Stone. Can you see the O sound? It's not Stone, it's Stone, Wealdstone. Harrow and Wealdstone. Let's move up. Bushey, Watford High Street, and Watford Junction. All right, let's move all the way back out. So can you see how we end up in zone 9? So we're moving down now. All right, this is back to the whole map. We could do over 100 today. But I was just wondering whether you guys had any particular recommendations that you want me to read out. If not, we can do another one of these videos another time. Let's just take a little pause and interval there because I want to talk to you guys about the videos that I've got coming up later in December. I've got some exciting ones coming up. Let me just quickly get my live stream schedule up for you guys. Just give me a second. So we just type in. So I scheduled them a few days ago, so they're all planned for December. All right, so on the 13th of December, we're going to go through ordering food like a British native. So this is going to be an interesting lesson because we're not just going to go through the basic phrases, we're going to go through C2 level English, which is more advanced level English, and actually thinking about the phrases that we actually use here in the UK to order food. So yeah, we're not going to do all the bog standard vocabulary, we're going to make it interesting. And then on the 20th of December, same time, 2:30 London time, we're going to go through phrases, things that British people never say. All right, so there might be some stereotypical words or phrases that you guys think that we say, and also we're going to go through some phrases which might be in textbooks and might be sort of misunderstood as things that we say, but yeah, things that we will never say, and phrases that you will never catch us saying. That's going to be on the 20th of December, and then 27th of December. I'm really looking forward to this one. This one is going to be about advanced adjectives. So this is for all of you guys to improve on your vocabulary. Even if you're an English speaker or not a non-English speaker, this is for everybody. We're going to improve on our sentence structure as well. And actually, this video is going to be also targeted for two sets of people as well. So we've got C2 level of English, and then we have my 11 plus students, the students that I teach here in South London. This is also a video for them to improve on their essay structure and vocabulary. So it'll be an interesting one to watch out for. This one is on the 27th of December 2023. Let me see if I can actually quickly just get a picture of it up. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can actually add this onto my streaming software. Oh, okay, well, all right, let's just remove that for a second. Clearly that didn't work. I wish I had, tell you what, let me see if I can just do it on my phone. This is the weird thing about live streams. It's like, I'm just so used to just sort of editing work, just sort of like everything just sort of being perfect, and then it is something to get used to when you're live and you're just sort of, yeah, everything's just there. You know, you've got to be on point. Hey, but it's something to get used to, right? Okay. Do I have it here? No, it's not coming up on here. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll make sure to edit this bit out of the when I when I upload this video onto YouTube. I'll just wait to edit this bit out. Anyway, let's just get straight back into the video, back into the lesson. All right. So let's just zoom into one final line. So let's think about some of the other famous ones. So we've got, oh yeah, so Hammersmith, and then Goldhawk, Hammersmith, and Goldhawk, just up here. Stamford Brook. Oh, look, we've got another ham. So this is, actually, you know, before I tell you, you guys pronounce this in your head. Or not in your head, you need to pronounce it out loud, so you can actually practice. How would you guys pronounce this? Yeah, so this one's Turnham. It's not Turnham, Turnham Green. Chiswick Park. Northfields. And as we go down the Piccadilly line, we are entering the main, airports that we have. So this is one of the I think this is the biggest airport in London. It's Heathrow. So this one's Heathrow terminals 2 and 3. So it's got the largest amount of terminals in London. So we've got 5 terminals for Heathrow. So this is the Piccadilly line, and just before Heathrow we have Hatton Cross, Hounslow West, Hounslow Central, and Hounslow East. Osterley, and then we're entering these ones. This is interesting. So we've got Chiswick Park. So this one, let's just analyze this one for a second, because a lot of people mispronounce this one as Chiswick. So this one's actually pronounced Chiswick. So we don't want to pronounce that W sound. It's like a silent W, so Chiswick Park. All right, guys. I just wanted to highlight some common mistakes that tourists make when they sort of come to London. Let me just stop sharing the screen for a sec. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight some common mistakes that people make when it comes to the train stations here in London. There's a whole host of other train stations that I can sort of cover. I'm happy to take recommendations as well, as you guys know. But yes, I wanted to show you the fun live streams that I've got coming up later on today. Sorry, later on this month. What's frustrating is that I had the animation up ready, but I just want to put it up on the screen for you guys. Just give me a sec. See if I can do it now. There we go. Okay, got it up here. All right, so let's put it down here. Okay, so these are the live streams that we have for today. I hope you guys can actually see this. Yeah, I think you guys should be able to see this. Yeah, so we have down here the one that we're going through today. Then next week, it's ordering food like a British native. And then we have things British people never say. That's the one that we're going to do on 20th of December. That's this one here. And then this one here is the one that I'm really looking forward to. Well, I'm looking forward to all of them, but this is the one I'm really looking forward to. This one's on the 27th of December, 2 days after Christmas. So all my students will be on their Christmas holidays. And then that one is going to be about the advanced adjectives, the sentence structure, the one that's geared towards C2 level of English, and 11 plus students as well. So this one's going to be quite fun. Let me just kind of, oops, that's my screen. Don't want to be moving my screen. Let's move this one. There we go. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to. So I'll zoom in so you guys can see the thumbnail there, so you can read what's on the thumbnail. Levine says, things British people never say. I definitely got to take some notes from that before I come to London to visit. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. It'll be an interesting one to explore. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay, guys, I enjoyed that. There was a couple of things that I want to say as well. Just so the first thing is, we're going to keep these live streams weekly. Whoever joins. Like I think one of the things that I was a lot more active on YouTube, like a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago. The live streams helped a lot of people. I mean, if you look at the numbers on the live streams, they're in the thousands. Some of the live streams are on like 10,000 views. I'm getting only like 50 to 100 views for these ones. It's a huge drop, but it's interesting because I'm thinking, look, so long as I can keep these consistent, add value where I can, help out wherever I can, keep it consistent every week on Wednesdays. I don't really, to be honest, like I don't really care. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, look, I think I used to be so, sorry, 1 second. I think I used to be so like on it with like sort of bogged down with metrics and like the view count. But even if my videos help like 5 people, like that's enough, honestly. I mean, I thought of it, like I teach students in the physical classroom, and the maximum number of students that I teach is 8 students, right? That's just literally 8. So on this little this is my classroom. So on this big table here, I teach 8 students. So if I teach 10 or 20 students internationally via these live streams, that's already bigger than like or 30. Like the classroom number that we have in the UK is 30 students per room. So that's already more than that, right? So it's an interesting one. But of course, I would love to grow my audience. And let me know how you guys think about Twitch as well, because I think Twitch is something that I've been considering. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you think Twitch would be a good way to go as well. All right. Oh, got an extra comment coming through. Don't be view driven. Let it happen naturally. Also, even if one person learns something from your stream, that's all that matters. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like if yeah, exactly. I think that's absolutely spot on. Like, couldn't have phrased it better there. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, there was a second thing I wanted to mention. The first thing was the second thing. I'm taking like video recommendations as well, so please feel free to comment on that. I do have a Patreon as well. I do want to make this more of a full-time thing. So if you are interested, there is a link for supporting my live streams. All right, guys, I think we should end it there. And I will see you next week, same time. And have a good rest of your morning, afternoon.